Hey guys, it's that time of the year again where we have a lot of LANs before TI5, and joinDOTA is in partnership with MLG for their Season 1 LAN Finals April 10th through 12th. There will be 6 teams there, and this will be the format. We have EG will be the favorite going to the tournament, NIP not today, MVP Phoenix, who will be replacing Rave, Balkan Bears, Corleone, BBC, and Team Empire, with Funnick standing in for Yoki. So firstly, we have a round robin format, best of 1, and 5th and 6th are eliminated, and the other 4 go through a stepladder bracket, as Liquipedia calls it, or a bubble race, which is probably a more familiar term for you guys. And looking at the schedule, this is taken from the Reddit Dota 2 survival guide for this tournament. The games start a little bit late on Friday. This video will be released at 8 a.m. Pacific, and the first game should start around 6 hours after that, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and 23 CET. The reason they start so late is because the majority of the attendees are probably working and they want a full house on the first day, or as much as it can be. So they only allot an hour for the games. I'm not exactly sure what their setup is, but if hopefully they have more than one setup, or there's almost certainly going to be delays. Last time I did cast at MLG, they did have multiple setups, so hopefully this won't be an issue, but you should definitely consider this, especially for day 2 and day 3, which have the potential to be very, very long days. Day 2, we have 9 best of 1s as well as a best of 3 to top it all off, so 11 to 12 games, and again, only an hour allotted to each. I'm a little bit skeptical that they'll be able to hold to this schedule, and none of the teams are playing back-to-back, so that means that they're going to have to set up and switch in between the games if they're only having one setup. Again, I'm not exactly sure. Hopefully that will be more clear as time passes. And day 3, April 12th, we have a best of 3 for the semifinals and a best of 5 grand finals with a total prize pool of around $85,000. And going to Dota 2 Lounge and looking at the odds, it looks like EG is a pretty clear favorite here. Most people will put Empire in the 2 to 3 range, and they are almost 3 to 1 favorites against Empire. That is really, really scary. EG has just been looking extremely strong after DAC, and it should come to no surprise that they are, in fact, my number 1 as well. So we have 3 different tiers. First tier is EG. They're just better than everyone else at the tournament here. There are a couple of notable teams that aren't at this event, unfortunately, but the second tier below EG is going to be Empire and Not Today, as well as NIP. Empire, they've actually had pretty disappointing results after Starlighter. They lost immediately in the first 2 rounds of the Summit 3 EU qualifiers. They got rolled by Empire at Major All-Stars, so just not as strong as you would hope for them to be. And especially with Funnick standing in for Yoki, they really depend on team cohesion, so I think that might actually hurt them. Not Today, they should not be underrated, because a lot of the time they're playing with like 130, 150 ping even to US servers. So now that they're finally at LAN, they should be able to perform pretty darn well. Last time we saw them at LAN was quite some time ago, and I think they impressed most people. NIP, very good team. However, they aren't able to consistently beat T1 teams. They often like trade 1-for-1 in 2-game series, but being able to 2-0 them is just something that I don't really see from them very, very often. But they definitely have a lot of talent. And right below that, we have BBC and MVP. MVP, a little bit of a roster change since TI4. Not really quite sure what to expect, but I would pin them below the other 3 teams, and BBC around the same. They trade okay versus NIP, but they just aren't at those teams' level yet. So there you have it. If you want to watch the stream, it's at mlg.tv/joindota. I'll be watching the games and hopefully keeping you guys updated throughout the tournament. So stay tuned to the very new team forum, joinDOTA. I'm very excited to see what they have to offer, and it's going to be a great tournament. So I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching.